Hey everybody, it's Agent, and today in front of me I have Rodimus Prime. So, I've seen a lot of the reviews on him, and I kind of said to myself I wasn't going to get him, but then I thought, heck, what's another review to tell you how he is? So, here he is, and first things first, I got a long stretch here. Let's begin with the box. We have the picture of him. We have all the other pictures of him. We have a little bit of a commentary on him up towards the top here. And let's see if we can get that. Yep. And you can pause it if you want to read it. Otherwise, it's really not all that great. Just like the rest of them, they're not all that great. And then, of course, we also have a picture of him with his matrix hanging out there, and a couple of the Prime Masters in the top and sides. They're all the same as what we're used to seeing, so yeah, who cares about those? We care about this guy. Let me readjust the camera there. So there he is. Now, about him, I have to agree. He's really compared to the Optimus one they had. Yeah, this guy's So I got a couple of comparisons we can do with him. First off, we have Titan's Return Hotrod. As you can see, there he is. We're going from little car to space Winnebago. Alright, we also have a MP Hot Rodimus, because they couldn't call him Hot Rod for some reason. So as you can see, they kind of took from this mold to make that design. I mean, they definitely went more G1 on that. And then I don't have a G1 Rodimus Prime, but I do have a DX9 Terror, which is pretty much him, except it's DX9 and it's the evil one. So as you can see, this one's more based off the G1, and then you got this one, which is, let's see, I'm trying to get them to line up here, so you can kind of see that they're similar but yet different along the same ways. But yeah, like that guy. All right, so getting on to the figure. So I have to say this is probably my favorite of all the modes. He does roll very nicely. There he goes. He does have a lot of nice detailing on him. He's got stickers for flames. He's got painted on flames there with his emblem. We got sticker flames there. We have a little Autobot symbol there. There's the back end there, which you can take down and I guess pretend it's a ramp. I don't know. But he does have some other little things. He's got this storage, so he can come up here and have his guns, which are right there. And of course they connect together to make the giant sniper rifle that he generally carries. But yay, gun. Yay, gun. Oh, I almost forgot. He does come with a collector's card, which I still have in the plastic, because I really just could care less about these things. But on the back we got Rodimus Megatronus, Uncontrollable and Unstoppable. And I don't think we have that one out yet. I don't know. Maybe we do. I probably do. If it's already out, I have it. I just haven't done a review on it. And he also comes with a set of instructions very similar to Optimus Prime's. So as you can see, they're nice big pictures, and they will get you from point A to point B. So there he is. All of his stuff and him. And now, just like Optimus, he does come apart and make a separate vehicle. So to do that, you just kind of pull those up and you untab this right there, and you untab this right here. Come on, untab. There we go. And then it's also tabbed into the roof of the car and in the back end. So we can just put that, let's fold these back out, see if it'll stay up. There. Set that off to the side. So there he is. Now what you can do is untab those and swing them around to the back to make Hotrod. And then there again, comparing just the vehicle to Titan's Return. As you can see, they took from the G1 look a little bit on that one, and this is more of the newer. Got the same color windshield though. And then we also have Rodimus right there. And as you can see, very, very similar in appearance on that one. Moving them off. Now, this guy does transform, and he turns into a regular, deluxe size guy. So in order to do that, you just move those back up to the front, move that up to the front. You can untab the legs, which they're very weird. You have to pull them down like that and then away because of the way this is set up. That's a little hook right there and a tab. So once again, down and away to get that to go. And then you can just, there we go. Take that, move those things up, pull out his foot, move that up, pull out his foot, and there's his feet. Next step, I don't know why, but mine is like super tight right here. But you basically, there's a tab right here, and it hinges down right here. And I always seem to have an issue with mine getting it. It's like really tight. There we go. So you can see the tab right there. And that's what always, see, and that side always just seems to work a little bit better. So you pull those out and you untab that because there is a tab in his arms. You open up his chest and then you pick this up because it's on a roller thing right there, and flip it around, and then you can bring that back up. And then the last thing you want to do is pick that up and stick it right up his back, so that way you get his signature fins. And there you go, you have Hotrod. He's okay. Like I said, I think his best figure or best mode is the Space Winnebago, because his proportions are really just kinda off. I mean, this part's okay, like right there is okay, but then you get to his arms. You get his arms in there, and then he's just all sorts like monkey-ish, I guess. I don't know. And then of course I think they could have done a little bit different with this, where they brought this all the way around and swung it up. But who am I to tell them how to do stuff? But there you go. So he does have quite a bit of articulation. His arms will go 360 degrees because they are in a ball joint. They will go up and down on that joint. It's the one that always seems to get stuck for me. He's got an elbow, a double elbow, which, as you can see, is attached to the wheel. So, I mean, it looks weird. It looks weird. And you got that on the other side. And then, of course, he's got his legs, which he's got a one-piece hip skirt. So his legs will only go up that far. And his legs don't go back anymore because of this whole section, which, like I said, they probably could have done a little bit something different with that. But he does have a knee joint. He does have a knee joint right there. And he does have a little rotation on it. And you got that. He doesn't have any rotation up besides his elbow right there. And then his feet go up and down. And then, of course, the one thing is the head, which it turns that far and that far. I'm sure if I forced it, but I don't want to force it because then I'll scrape the paint off of his chin, which, as you can see, he's got a really somewhat decent face mold. I like it. it's got the colors. It's got a hair right around his eyeball. I have no idea where that one came from, but see, some of the paint's already chipping off of his big old Leno chin right there. Yeah, so really, Monkey Arms Magoo here. Now, I did say he was kind of like a deluxe size figure, so let me find one to compare. So here he is with his deluxe version from Titan's Return, and as you can see, he is a little bit taller than a deluxe class. So I mean, you're getting kind of two figures for the price of one on these leader classes of Rodimus Prime and Optimus Prime. So I mean, it's, even though he's got monkey arms, it's not too bad. I mean, he kind of has monkey arms too, but you know, it fits. It fits a little bit. So moving him aside, here he is with Rodimus. As you can see, Rodimus is a little bit taller than he is, but you can see where they, you know, some of it comes together and kind of looks the way it's supposed to. I mean, they even have these painted right here. So unlike on this version, which they did not paint, they molded it, but they did not paint it. So, all right, speaking of detailing, he's also got stickers right there and some paint right there. And that's all painted silver. He's got a couple of stickers on the back of his legs and stickers on the front of his legs. And other than that, you know, he's got his painted symbol, which was his hood and everything, so that's all normal. Moving along. So the next thing we got to do is we have to transform this so that way he can become Rodimus Prime, you know, big version Rodimus. So the first things we're going to do is we're going to flip that around and flip that around. And then these pieces up here, which you can see are his hands. A lot of people have just been kind of pulling them out, you know, pulling them up. I found that you get them in there and take them out, you actually press them into place like that. And they stay a lot nicer. And I don't think too many people have mentioned that. So to get them out, pull them like that, and then you just kind of wiggle them free. Wiggle free, like so. And then when you go to get them in there, it's the same process, only it's backwards. So you get them together, and you get them in there. Come on. It's a little bit harder getting them in. But you get them in there, and once they're in there, you clip them into place. So there we go. So then, of course, you, if they haven't done so already, you just separate those, and then you can take this piece and just unclip it and bring it around to the back, and unclip it and bring it around to the back. Now you have arms. Now moving on to this piece here, basically just take these and flip them down, and then you can untab them from here, straighten them out, and there you go. You're all set. I'm kidding. No. You take this and you spread them out like that, and you bring them all the way up, and you clip it in there, and then you straighten that all out. And then you can bring that there, that down, and that makes the backpack. And then this piece here, you just rotate that around. So then you can spread the legs apart, and there you go. Now I'm going to stop right here, if it will allow me. Oop, I forgot the heel spurs. Those red things that we pulled down. Heel spurs. So as you can see, you can stand. That's another reason I don't like this figure. His knees are horrible. So there's his matrix right there. It's very similar to Optimus Prime's. Now Optimus's looks more like the original Matrix with the gray on the outside and, like, you know, like all that stuff. And then Optimus Prime's, for some reason, is molded in yellow for some reason, but it's It's the same. Nope, it is different. This is a darker plastic, clear plastic, and this one is the lighter one. So yeah, completely different. But anywho, just like before, you can actually remove this piece here and replace it with one of those Prime Masters or Prime Masters. Yeah, and you put that in there, and then you can put that in there to change his power. So his card said Megatronus, which I did check, and I do not have that one yet because it has not been out. But you put that one in there and give him that ability. Otherwise, you know, whatever ability of these guys you have, you can do that. Putting this back in there though, because I prefer that. Slide that back in. Alright, so this whole thing is pretty much ready to go, and we're just gotta get Rodimus in there, and of course we have to transform that as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to flip these up, and I'm going to stick them in here like this, just like you were transforming them before. This you're going to take and you're going to flip that around. This you're going to peel that back, and we're going to flip that back in there. And I'm trying to remember, and I think we go like this. Pretty much turning him back into a car, or close to it, because what you got to do now is from here he separates in half. So I don't know if you saw that, but right there, just clip it all the way around. The legs actually come up like this before you do that, and then they will, you need to see this spot right here. You basically have to turn that around so it's facing the top, and then that goes in there. Now if you look inside, I don't know how well you're going to see that because I can barely see it, but you can see the tab at least. Now there is a place in there for that tab to go, so you just want to make sure you get that in there so that it holds in place. And I don't think it's gonna let go for me, so we'll get this one. Come on. That one went. Now let's get this one. There we go. That's all it takes sometimes, I guess, is just saying that it will and then it won't. So this piece right here, that will clip on to him. So this back section slides right into here, and then this section tabs into this section right there. So you just slide that in, just kind of line it all up, and you can open that up to make sure she goes in. But as you can see, oh, what's going on here? What's going on here? There, had to readjust the legs there. So that goes like that, and then this tabs into his crotchal region like so, and then this whole thing can come down and that will clip into place like so. And then the last thing we got to do is we take his arms, and there are two tabs there and a little hooky thing there. You didn't see that at all. Ha! I have to move that up. So there are two tabs and a hooky thing there, which hooky thing goes in right there, and then clip it into place. Or, come on, there we go. It's awfully tight. Let me do that again, only on the other side. Come on. There. So there we have him. There is Rodimus Prime in all of his tall, flimsy glory. Honestly, I can't really justify why I did get this guy. I know I said why not, but after having him, I really don't want to keep him. See, His knees are so flimsy. It reminds me of someone else that I had. I mean, even his ankles are flimsy. If you're lucky enough to get him to stand, let's adjust the camera so that way it looks a little, not like he's looking straight up like that. Now stay. Stay. And then we're gonna move the camera up itself. Whoop. There. There you go. Yeah, I got stuff falling around back here. Alright, anywho, looking at his face there, as you can see, his face is very nicely done. He's got that nice little I'm not happy grimace that he usually has. He has some blue eyes. His little crest there is painted silver. This, of course, is the chest that was there originally. His arms are two different colors, which that's another, what were we thinking? His rest of his body, you know, he's got a huge backpack back here. These things on his arms, they could have folded or something a little bit different with them. I don't know. Oh, I can't. I have to stop moving him because otherwise he just flops around. So I'm going to stop touching him now. I am done touching him. Okay, so he's got lots of articulation, as you can tell. His arms go 360. He's got an upper arm rotation on a mushroom peg, and I'm sorry, I'm going to do this quick because he just flimsy. He's got an elbow bend to there and down to there, and of course he can move these things up right there. His legs, he's got a one-piece hip skirt again, but this time his legs will go all the way up to there and all the way back to there. Now if you were to undo that, they will obviously go all the way back, but that would just look weird if you did. He's also got a knee joint which goes 90 degrees that way, but it also goes 90 degrees that way, which is why I have an issue with him, because he does not, I mean, these joints are so loose, I can't get him to stay in one spot. He also has an upper leg rotation, and on his feet will actually go back and forth, and you got a little bit of ankle tilt going towards the inside there, so that you can do that. I know it's hard to see with my black backdrop. And of course with his hands he can hold his big huge massive gun, and I say that and then this doesn't go in. There we go. He can hold his big huge massive gun like so. Yeah, so there he is. There he is. I'm going to compare him now, because once I get him up like this, I am done with him. Here he is with Optimus Prime. Okay, I just moved him again. So as you can see, Optimus is maybe a little ear taller, but honestly guys, if you are going to get one of these figures, get this one. This one is so much better than this one. I mean, if you don't have a Rodimus Prime, then sure, go ahead. But if you can only get one, do that one. Now, I also want to compare him with DX9's Terror. Now, if you were to choose between DX9 Carry, which is the same mold as this guy, only in the Rodimus Prime colors, if you need one for your shelf, go with the DX9 Carry if you can get it. And if you like the shattered glass ones, go ahead and get Terror, because Terror is awesome. I love this guy. But as you can see, he's a lot better. He's a lot better, but I mean, that's third party compared to Hasbro, so really, that's like comparing apples to oranges when it comes to that. That was made for collectors, this is made for kids. So there you go. Power of the Primes, Rodimus Prime, leader class. He's got a great car mode. That's about the most I can say about him. So, until next time.